Hello everyone and welcome back to SnowRunner. This is going to be a review and testing video for the Kahn, a new piece of machinery that I just bought. This isn't going to be a normal episode. I heard that this Kahn was an absolute beast. Let me turn it back to morning so you can actually see. I heard this Kahn was an absolute beast and I wanted to pick it up and to see for myself how good it is. Now this comes free with the platinum version or whatever if you have the season pass, but I don't have the season pass. I never buy season pass because I don't like all the things that come with it, so I figure I'll just buy whatever I actually like individually, and that's what you have to do with the Kahn. If you don't have season pass, it's like $3.99 for this. So I got it, and it should be inside my garage right now, so I'm going to take and go in there and I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get it. I guess it'll be in trucks, I imagine. So let me go to here to an empty stall and select trucks. And it should be, yeah, there it is, the Kahn 39 Marshall. That looks like a decent little vehicle. It looks like it would be a good off-road vehicle. So we're going to go ahead and let's go through the customization menu and see what it has and what is available for it. Might be a little top heavy though because it's so high. That's why we're going to test it today. We're going to find out what this thing can do. Let's see, we have one other engine we can do, so is it better than the one we have now? Okay. Reading that and oh yeah. Yeah, that's better. So we're going to go ahead and get this and equip it. So we have an upgraded engine already. Let's look at the gearbox. We got the SnowRunner gearbox that I bought earlier. That's, I guess, going to be available for everything. That's awesome. So once you buy it once, you only have to buy it once. That's cool. You can't raise the suspension or do anything else with that. Let's look at the tires. Okay, there ones I have are excellent. Those are excellent. So there's really no difference in the two. I guess it's just what it looks like, really, and I like the look of the one I have on, so that'll work. The winch. Now there's that autonomous winch I was telling you about that runs off the battery that I really could have used in the last video when I wrecked my truck. But what we're going to do, we're not going to buy it yet. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's not buy it yet, and let's see how this thing works. And then we can always buy it and then see how it works as well. We'll do it that way. We'll do it both ways so we can kind of get a view of both. Def lock, no. Frame add-ons. You can do a roof rack. That's cool. Can't do it yet. It's locked, but I will be able to do it. Let's see, snorkel. It has a snorkel on it already. And that's the only one you can use. Okay. Let's go over here to miscellaneous. Wheel arch extenders, side thresholds, they're just cosmetic really, it doesn't matter. Unless something is absolutely amazing, I'm not going to waste my money on it yet. If it doesn't improve the stats. I like that. I might end up getting that later. I'm not going to get it yet though. And just the single kind of rims. So now all that's left is to paint this guy. Can anybody guess what color I'm going to go with? Let's see, we have my favorite, redneck orange. Love that. That is definitely a contender. We got staring purple. One of these days I'm going to have to make something staring purple. Or old boy's going to be very angry with me. We got our dreamsicle. I think we might go with this. Because it is redneck orange, but it also has a little bit of design to it. So that'll break it up a little bit from just solid orange. So we'll get this one. And I'm probably going to end up having to sell the Scout if this is a good vehicle. Because I don't need the Kahn, the Scout, and the pickup truck. I mean, I just don't. Okay, so let's kind of just drive around here and turn real sharp, and let's see if we can flip this thing. See how easy it is to flip over. We get a little speed and just whip the wheel and see what happens. Okay, it kind of lost a little bit, and right away. Absolutely immediately, I flipped it. Now, if you remember, I did that test with my pickup truck when I raised it up, and I could get the wheels off the ground a little bit, but this flipped so easy. Now, I can't use my winch because I didn't buy the winch, so we're definitely going to buy the winch for this one because this one's going to flip a lot. So let's go over with our pickup truck, and we will try to figure out how to get this thing back on its wheels. I've never actually done this with a flip truck, so it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to work. I imagine it's going to be the same as towing something out of the mud. I'm just going to line up with it. Spider-Man my winch out to it, and that's all there is to it. I should be able to just back up then and yank her right over. So we shall see. Oh yeah, easy cheesy, absolutely easy. So that will definitely work. So let's switch back to the Kahn. Let's go back to the garage, and let's buy that other winch that runs off the battery. That way when the engine stalls, when you flip it, the winch will still work. So we'll be able to right ourselves. And then let's take it out into the trees somewhere and flip it again and try to use a tree to pull ourselves back on our wheels and see how easy that's going to be. So we'll go back to the customize, go down here to winch, and pick the autonomous scout winch up. $9,400. That's a big chunk of change. But I guess it'll be worth it if you flip it. Okay, let's leave. And now let's go over and try to... Let's carefully go over and try to flip it, because I don't want to flip here in the parking lot because there's nothing to winch to other than other vehicles. Let's go maybe across the street over here where all those trees are, and let's just get down in the trees and mess around and try to see if we can't end up on our side so that we can test this and see how easy it is to... First of all, it goes. I mean, it's not stopping. Well, that stopped it. But if you've watched my other videos, you know I'm going to hit trees all the damn time. I hit rocks, I hit trees, I hit everything. These vehicles aren't the easiest to control sometimes. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to flip it in here. It's too damn tight. I'm going to have to get out a little ways where there's still trees around and flip it that way. So let me see if I can figure out how to get... No, that's the horn. That's not what I want. I was trying to figure out how to go into the inside the cab view, but I don't know how to do that yet. I'll have to look that up and do it later. But let's just see if I can figure out how to get the hell out of here so that I can see what I'm doing again. Okay. Now let's get over here by some trees and see if I can't flip this thing on its side and use a tree to pick it back up. I wonder if I'm going to be able to flip it now that I want to. And there you go. Easy, easy, easy. Now, my engine is stalled. If this winch works the way it's supposed to, I should be able to just pull up the winch and pick a tree. And it should work. Let's go for that one over there. And there you go. It works. But can I make myself end up back on my tires? Can I right... I can't barely see. Can I right this Kahn back on its wheels? Or am I going to be stuck? I thought it would just easily turn over like the pickup was able to turn it over, but that did not happen. I think there's going to be a definite learning curve to this. Maybe it has something to do with how you turn the wheels, or... I think this is going to be one of those trial and error kind of deals where you're just going to have to get lucky maybe. But that's definitely concerning. Because as easily as this thing flips over, it being difficult to actually get it back on its wheels is not good. That's going to make me kind of not trust it as much as I would trust my pickup or the Scout that I already own. But it does go fairly fast, and from what I understand, mud can't stop it. It'll go through almost anything, so it will make the perfect vehicle for exploring and getting watchtowers and upgrades and stuff like that, if I can figure out how the hell to get it back on its wheels. That's the hard part. As you've seen, I'm dragging all over the damn place, trying to get this thing to flip back over, and it's not flipping. But I'm not going to give up. We are going to get this back on its wheels. I'm not going to bring another vehicle over. If it takes a full hour, this is going to happen. And there we go. Okay. So it is doable. It's not easy, but it's doable. So let's take this thing on a ride into some deep, nasty, mucky mud and see how it does. Because if it's like completely OP in mud and it can just go through it like butter and it doesn't even barely slow down, it might be worth dealing with the tipping over thing. You just have to be careful if it's that good of a vehicle in the mud. Because my pickup does good, but it struggles sometimes, and the Scout does good, but it struggles sometimes. So it'd be nice to have something that's a go-anywhere vehicle that I can unlock things with and don't have to worry about getting stuck as much. It seems like it's pretty quick, too. There's definitely a learning curve to driving the vehicles on this game, but this one seems fairly easy to control. So that's a good thing too. So it's rocketing through this mud. I have not even used all-wheel drive yet or anything. And it's driving through it like it's not even there. I mean, you guys saw how I struggled through this section with every other vehicle I own. Every single one of them I had to put all-wheel drive on. Some of them I had to put def lock on to get through here. But I don't have to use all-wheel drive. I don't have to use diff lock. I don't have to use anything. I mean, this Kahn is just rocking, man. It's just going wherever it wants. So let's go back and try going through it sideways, maybe. Messing around a little bit in it, seeing if we can get her stuck. Or if this thing is just going to be like the Superman vehicle. Alright, stop and go. No problem. Stop and go. No problem. Not only does it go right away, there's not a lot of spinning, but it literally jumps out of the mud. That's pretty impressive. I got to give it to it. That is extremely impressive. This is one hell of a vehicle. The only problem I see so far is that it's so tippy. You got to be really careful not to flip it. But if you invest in that autonomous Scout like I did, the winch that runs even if you're tipped over, you can rectify that if you do flip. It's not easy, but it can be done. So it's pretty overpowered as far as the mud goes and the muck. So I think it's definitely going to be a good exploring vehicle. I'm just going to have to be extremely careful not to flip this thing over. And if you've watched any of my SnowRunner videos, you know that I'm hell on flipping things over. I'm hell on hitting rocks and trees, and I'm hell on flipping things over. So yeah, I like it. I mean, this is a definitely is worth the money. I'll say that. It's worth picking up. That's my review of the Kahn. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, and thank you for your support. Until I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.